family, it is that time again when we meet and we just chit chat. For those of you who are new, my name is Nadine and welcome to my channel, God in the Home. For our regular members, our regular subscribers, viewers, thank you for always coming back. And if you have not yet subscribed and you want to become a part of this family, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join our family. So this morning, guys, we're just going to be in a little chit-chatting. This is my daughter. Say hi, Natalia. Right? And we're going to be detangling her hair as we chat, you know. Just, what you say, we're just multitasking. We're going to detangle her hair. Look at her hair, guys. It's all tangled. It's matted. We have to put some life into this, right? No moisture. It's very dry, as you can see. And, you know, life can be like that. And what I'm going to use to detangle her hair is water. Plain old water. Nothing is added to the water, just water. And yes, you can use water to detangle your hair. And it's perfect for moisturizing the hair as well. So, and life is like that. As I said earlier, family. Like Natalia's here. Sometimes things happen and it's like, things is like all tangled and all matted together and we don't know where to turn or what to do sometimes. And without this water that I am using to moisturize her hair, if I want to comb through the hair, it will be very difficult. I will not be able to do so without adding the moisture to it. Sometimes person might use things like some detangling product that they can find in the store, and they use it to detangle their hair. But whatever the product is, water is the main ingredient. Without water, that product of itself on its own, it's not going to do the job. We need water because water does the job. I liken this water to Jesus Christ. When life gets all tangled, turned upside down, inside out, all the goodness is sucked out of life and all of that. What we need is Jesus Christ. He is the water of life. And he can come in and he can detangle all the areas of our lives that we find ourselves having difficulty coming out of. There's nothing that is impossible for Jesus to do. He can do it all. So this is how I do her hair, guys. I spray the water and I squeeze it in, but at the same time I loosen up the knots and the matted ends. At this point in time, you notice I still have not reached for a comb to put in there. I just spray the water in and I work the water in her hair. Yeah, can you see how her hair is getting life, having so much more bounce in it by me just spritzing it with water, working it in and doing this to just loosening up the knots that are at the end. Pretty much like how I think Jesus would come into our life and do. He reaches out and he touches things that nobody else wants to touch. He knows just how to work through all the mess that we sometimes find ourselves in. And if he needs to spend time, he will spend the time to get us out of it all. You see, Jesus cares so much. Look how much hair my daughter has on her head. Just look at how much hair is on Natalia's head, guys. Turn around, Nats. This is a lot of hair. And can you believe that he knows every single one? Every single one, you know. He took the time out to number them. He not just know the number of hair on your head. He know which one is which number. He took the time to number the very hairs on our head. The Bible says that. So he knows which one is number one and he knows which one is number million. And if number 1 break off or it mix up and tangle up and tie up with number 200 on here, so he knows it and he knows how to untangle it. If number 500 in here, so start to gray, which costs a couple of mine gray, you can see, but that is for another story. He knows which one is turning silver and which one remaining black. He knows when we lose here, like some of mine, because you know as big age sometimes the thinning takes place and sometimes hereditary and all of these things, sometimes you lose the hair. He knows which one or which ones we have lost. That's how important we are to him. That is how important we are to him. So now, all I'm going to do at this point in time when I'm detangling her hair, so I've already added the water to loosen it up and all of these things, and just pick a little at the end to get rid of that. So now I'm going to separate the hair. I'm not going for any straight parts or anything, because at this time the hair is still matted and you have to be gentle. Might look like I'm being rough here, but no. You see what you do when you use your hands, you come up on the little knots, them you work your way through. If you just put a comb and draw the comb right through it, the comb is going to break off. So you use your fingers. So now I have her hair in 2 sections. I don't even know if you guys see it properly. Turn a bit for me, Natalie. So I have it in 2, right? Have it in two sections. So let me work with, put this one aside. And work with this side. Don't be afraid to put water, guys. When we were growing up, you always hear them saying, don't make your hair get wet up, you know, don't let your hair get wet up. But no, our textured hair, the Afro textured hair, it loves water. Love water. Water is our best friend with this type of hair texture that we have. You can't, well, you can't do too much if you really don't know what you're doing. But then water is what our hair loves and water is what our hair needs. So I'm going to continue spraying the water in our hair. You see, because our hair type is coily, it dries out easily. Our scalp produces what is called sebum. That helps to soften and to moisturize the hair. But with Afro texture type of hair, it's not as easy to reach down to the ends of the hair because it easily coil on each other. So, but when you put the water in it and you're able to detangle, you get to work your way through. Now I want to show them something. Turn around us. Or maybe I should just put the camera around this side so they can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. Hold on, guys, let me shift the camera. Alright, guys. So we're gonna really get into it. I open up the hair and I put some in there because I want the water to get all the way down to the roots. Okay. I squeeze in the water into her hair. After I do that, you notice at this point I still have not taken up any comb to comb through, because I'm going to go through section by section and separate her hair, and to use my fingers at the same time as I'm doing that to feel if there are any stubborn knots that need to take the time to get out. When you do this, it's less breakage. Less breakage. And in our Christian journey, sometimes we have to be tender and loving with each other, because we will mess up from time to time. We will mess up from time to time. And just as how Jesus is always forgiving and loving and faithful towards us, because many a times we mess up, but he doesn't turn his back on us. He take the time to help us to work through those stubborn habits that we have. Just so we could get to the point where we are at one with Him. We are in harmony with Him. And as the water of life, we cannot have it any better than that. That's as good as it gets. Jesus says He is the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by Him. And He says that if you drink of this water, which is Jesus Christ, you will never thirst again. So guys, you see now that I have done that, these are some shed here that I am removing. And there is more. So I have gotten it to this stage. We reach again for the water. As much as the water that you need, you reach for it and you use. You can't have too much of the living water in your life. So as many times as you need to have it, go ahead and ask for it. Now at this stage, guys, I am gonna now start to comb because I've gotten it this far. See already it have little bounce in there? The water does that. So now when you're combing, don't do this. Don't start from the root because there are still a lot of tangled and matted hair in there. Don't start here. You hold the hair and you start at the very tip. The very tip. And you get it. See? You free up the very ends because that is where all other things gonna come to. The oldest part of our hair are the ends, the tip of our hair, because that is the part that came from our scalp first. So that part needs to be handled with much more care. Sometimes, like the oldest part of our hair, we have some habits that have traveled with us for a very long time. And it might take a bit more of attention to get through them. But don't worry. If you started on your journey and you find that you slip and you fall, you go back into some of those old habits, all is not lost. You get back up and you start again. You get back up and you start again. My journey is different from yours. So now that I work my way down, you find how easy, you see how easy the rest of it is? How easy. I still hold the hair taut like this, so you keep it stretched. And then you use, so you kind of release the knots that are there. And if this is the type of work, and even more than this, that it is going to take Jesus to help us in our faith walk, then He will do it. He will do it. Like the story with the sheep, the shepherd and the sheep, and one was lost, and he went in search of that one. And like I said, consider ourselves like the strands of hair on our head, and the fact that Jesus knows every single one and which one is which. If one of us is lost, He will do anything in His power and everything in His power to find us. Jesus don't refuse us. We are the ones who refuse Him. So now I've gotten it to this point. So I use a white tooth comb. Oh, by the way, this is the further shedded hair that I receive. And if you have our hair shed, I don't remember how many, like it's 150 or more than that for the day. And her hair has not been detangled in more than a week. So this is normal to have this kind of this amount of hair coming out. This is normal. So we have to get out the things then. Because like how we get out these shedded hair, Jesus comes in and he removes the unwanted things out of our lives. So I use that white tooth comb. So now, just to ensure that there's nothing left, I go through with a smaller tooth comb. And I take it out. Any excess. Now, after I've done all of that, I would normally use a little grease. Any hair grease that I have, I don't stick to one particular one. I just use any hair grease and rub it in the palm of my hands. And then I take that and I just work it through her hair. Focusing more on the ends because those are the oldest part. And what the grease does, it seals in the moisture that I put in her hair from the water, using the water that I sprayed on it. So this keeps her hair moisturized for much longer and keep it soft and shiny, fluffy and bouncy. You remember how it was looking earlier in the video? Look at it now. Lean forward, Nats. Look at it. Well moisturized and all. So to me, this grease is like when Jesus comes into our lives, when we accept him into our lives as the living water. And he comes in and he makes all the wrongs right and cleans out all the mess out of our lives. And then the Holy Spirit is here with us to help us to stay in that walk. The grease to me is like the Holy Spirit. That is like it just put a seal on our relationship with God. And then it causes us to, in an orderly fashion, be intertwined with Jesus Christ. And every day with Jesus will be sweeter than the day before. So no longer is her hair matted and dried and out of order. It is now moisturized, and now I am braiding it so it is more in order, healthy looking, and is no longer looking like a mess. So this is it. So what I would normally do, so you see her braid, nice and long, and when I get to the very ends, the very tip, I don't braid it all the way out because that will make it more difficult when you are to unbraid it and you don't want to create any breakage. So when it gets to this part, I just separate it. I just divide it in 2 sections as opposed to the 3 that was there, and then I just twist it. Just like a 2-strand twist. I just twist this part. Just twist it. And then that's it. And there it is. So we have done that part. So that is a moisturized, uniformed, orderly, matted. Well, this part matted and dry. But it is coming to come because we're working it in with the water. Okay? Okay, family, so we're at the last section of my daughter's hair for this whole detangling process. What a difference the water makes. And all her life, this is what I've been doing from she was born. Using the water to detangle her hair. I have tried other detangling products. They work okay, but I find that the water does it best. So I just stick with it because that's what works for me. Do it this way and then just put the grease over it. Just saturate it with the water. Get all the knots out. Work that in. Combing. Hold your head a bit, so. Combing from the ends. Working my way down to the root. Hold it this way and then I do this to release any tangles that might still be on there inside of the hair. And I can feel them coming down. And when you do this, you will feel like everything is bungled in one spot. Don't pull it right through. Start at the end again until you get to that area. And it releases. Get out the shedded hair, remove it, put that away. And now you can see the comb is running through freely. It is going through freely. The wonder of water. Throughout this week, guys, and onward. Whenever you find that things are all mixed up and tangled up and it's like you don't know where to begin because everywhere you turn there are just knots everywhere and bumps everywhere, just pause and take a drink, take a sip of the living water. That one that will cause you to never ever thirst again. And you will find new life by just taking one sip of that living water. And if you find that you took a sip today and you need another sip tomorrow, that's okay. Like I said, every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. Go ahead and take another sip of that living water. The one that you will never thirst again. Alright, family. As always, it was nice having you guys with me today, chit-chatting while I do this detangling process. And we will talk some more and hear from time to time. Because I want to touch a little thing about my gray hair, you know. Guys, tell me if something is wrong with me. My friends think something is wrong with me because I've started to get some gray hairs. And I don't know why gray hair always feel that it must come to the front of your head. But you know what? I think I like mine. But my friends think that I am weird. That I am young me. And want to embrace these grays that are showing up at the front. I actually like them. I consider them as highlights. You know, sometimes you want to put in some color to try to get different colors highlight, you know, in your hair because you want a different look. But for some reason I like my silver highlights that is coming up. Maybe them think me strange, but I like it. So I'm not gonna be doing anything about them because I love it. You know, as I've been thinning here at my ear, still having it there, you know, struggling and working on it. The Lord helping me working it through. Because I talked to him about it, you know. Talk to him about everything, you know, guys, down to the very hair. I remember his number then. So if him care enough to number them, him care enough when we losing them, and if he want help, he say, God help me to keep it. Or you know, just show me what to do. And I talked to him about mine and him helping me along the way. And they are growing. But when I realize now them coming in and them coming up silver. So I said, well, if God never want them silver, then he would bring them up silver. But in any case, I think I like the combination. So I will not be doing anything about them. So there is my daughters here. All, put your head a little closer, so they can see. You're bending it down. You want to raise up so they can see. I'm going to hold it. See there? All moisturized. No more tangles and all of those things. Everything juicy, bouncy plaits. Okay? Alright, family. That is it for today. Until next time, see you again and God in the home. Remember, take a sip of that living water.